Hi. I know. It's been forever. It's been like what? Like 4 months now? I missed you. I missed you. I miss doing this. I miss just documenting this whole journey. And I guess it's kind of good that I didn't have as many updates recently because that means that my health is relatively stable. But I just had to record this to um to let you know what has been up these past few months. So I believe the last time we spoke was around May. Yeah, May of this year, where I was preparing and getting ready to speak at Born to Rise. And I didn't even tell you guys about that. I know, I'm rude and I'm sorry. I'm here now. Forgive me. um, okay. So that was a crazy night. I was having all types of feels because, yes, it's one thing sharing my story on camera, talking to you guys, and then like responding in the comments, but it's a whole other thing to speak live in front of an audience. And then it's like people are going to see you after the fact and just bombard you with questions because they're in disbelief as to like what you're experiencing, and they just want answers. And it's just I remember it being incredibly overwhelming, and I felt that I was walking around the city naked. I felt so vulnerable and so exposed that I just started to shut down, and I wanted to get rid of all of this. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's out there. Even though, like, yes, I've been releasing videos since like February, but it's, as I said, it's just different on camera versus in person, live, and having live feedback, etc. So I don't know, I just started like getting into my own head, and I just didn't want to talk about this. I was just like, why am I making my disease my identity? But after all of that struggle, like going back and forth, um I decided that, look, you decided to put yourself out there. You decided to share your story, and it's not about you. It's about seeing the bigger picture and realizing how your story is going to help other people in similar situations. So, yeah, it took me a while. It took me, besides like that part, that experience, but like also life has been lifing, as we know. So yeah, that's why I haven't picked up my camera to like shoot any more of these videos. But every day, you have no idea. Every single day I think about it, and I have like this guilt as to, again, starting something and not finishing it. And it's like God kept telling me, come on, like get back on it, get on your Zoom, finish what you started. So that's why I'm here today, to just talk about what I've been up to since then, since our last hangout. And yeah, the main thing I find with autoimmune diseases is that you're really going to be up and down with your health. And I've noticed for like the past 3 years, summertime is really when I feel my best, and that's when I can truly live my best life and just fill my days with as many experiences as possible, because it's like my immune system just starts to shut down as soon as the weather starts getting colder. And I've spoken to my doctors about it. They're like, the weather has nothing to do with how you feel, but okay. It's like they're gaslighting me about it, but I really start to feel shitty as soon as fall hits, and it just goes downhill as like the deeper we get into winter months. So after speaking at Born to Rise, I went into like this little cocoon, and I just like isolated myself. That's how I usually, like, I tend to deal with things going on in my life. I just isolate myself until I can like recover, recharge, and bounce back and get back out there. And then I was like, okay, I'm not going to record anything because I don't want any more attention on me pertaining to my disease. And now I just want to live life because after so many months, I started feeling better again. So I did a bit of traveling. I went to Brazil and I was terrified because I didn't bring my oxygen tank with me because the kind of oxygen tank that I have is not permitted on aircrafts. So I was taking a huge risk going to this country that's so far away, and I knew that we were going to be doing adventures that would require a lot of physical strength. But I just prayed and I hoped for the best, had my fingers crossed that nothing would happen, and by the grace of God, thank God, nothing happened, and I was totally fine. I brought my meds with me. It's just I didn't have Tanky with me. Besides that, just been like working a lot, adulting, seeing family, hanging out with friends, like nothing crazy, but I would say like summer 2023 was bomb. Like I have no complaints. I also went to visit some family in Boston, and that was a lot of fun to like reconnect with my cousins and my aunt, my uncle. So besides that, yeah, there's not much action in my life. The crappy part is that, as you guys know, I started doing the infusions for rituximab, and that really just crashes your immune system. So it's like I have no immunity. So I've noticed that I do frequently get sick, like I have a cold. And these colds are just so annoying because, first of all, it sucks being sick in the summer. You can't breathe when it's 30 degrees. We haven't had a lot of 30-degree days, but still. So there's that. And then because I have no immunity, it takes like 2.5 weeks for me to get better, to feel better. So that's rough. I've been sick 2 or 3 times since the last time I saw you. So in 4 months, imagine being sick like 6 weeks. And like, knock on wood, I'm feeling something like coming up again. I can feel when a cold is coming. Like I can sense it in my body. So that's the downfall. Besides that, my face has gone down, like the swelling of my face, because they stopped the steroids, which is great news. I'm still working on losing all the weight that I gained from the steroids. But I'm also trying to live my life because I'm not sure if I've told this story yet. Maybe it'll be for another video, but like briefly, this time last year, so around August of 2022 is when my health really started to decline. And I was having what they call like a flare-up in autoimmune diseases, where it's like your disease just starts acting up. And I was dropping weight because I was no longer able to eat or drink anything, like no solids, no liquids. And it progressively got worse in October, November. And that's when I dropped like 30 pounds. And that's what escalated to me being in the hospital for December. So right now I'm like, okay, yeah, I do want to get in shape for sure, health reasons. But then I'm like also afraid to not be able to eat again. So I'm making sure to like stuff my face and like take any food opportunity possible. Besides that, I did have those first 2 infusions of rituximab in February. So my next infusion is coming up in August, and I will certainly vlog that because it'll be some content for us to reconnect. But the thing is, it is so annoying. Like the application process is so tedious, and my work insurance keeps rejecting my application because of something like my doctor didn't fill out properly. Like they're finding all these errors, and it's like they're telling us one error at a time rather than like assessing the whole application and letting us resubmit it with all the corrections. So that's really frustrating. And we're like the second week of August. I'm supposed to have my treatment the second week of August, and it's still not approved by my insurance. So that's another frustrating part when it comes to medications. And I know once I get that infusion, I'm just gonna feel like a zombie and my immune system's going to be even more vulnerable. So I'm most likely going to hibernate for a bit after that third dose. And what else do I have for updates? I think that pretty much sums it up. I'm just so grateful that we still have each other, and we're able to connect. And I just hope and pray for the motivation and the just the will to be consistent with this channel, because I have to stop getting in my own way and stop holding myself back because out of the fear of like what people are gonna think, or overexposing myself. This is really not about me. It's way bigger, way beyond me. So that's what I have to constantly remind myself of. And I'm sure you could apply this to your life in any situation you're experiencing, where it's like, let's just stop being our biggest challenge, and let's just see through whatever God has assigned us to do, and get it done. So I guess the next time I'll be seeing you is at my next infusion. Who knows when that will be? It's gonna be this month. It better be this month. My insurance just has to approve it. And yeah, I just want to thank you for coming back, sticking around, and yes, we will be seeing each other. I promise. I promise. Please stay consistent, Tiffany. Stay consistent. See you on the next video. Bye.